Hey, Pablo Gunner here for a Nerdy Fitness vlog. And yes, I am back in the COS again because I did go home early on Friday once again. I mean, I only have the schedule for like 6 weeks, so it's like take advantage of it because when my schedule changes, I'm not going to be able to go home. And it won't make sense to go home early on a Thursday, so it's like I'm not going to do it, you know. It's just going to ruin my sleep schedule whereas I can start my weekend early if I go home early. I do have to make the 2 hour or the 1 hour 45 minute trek to work first. But so yeah, so last night for my run, I did 2 point. Actually, I don't even know what I did. I did 2 point. God, what did I do? I know I freaking posted it on Facebook and stuff and whatever. Um, So yeah, I ran 2.7 miles in 27 minutes, and I was listening to Hybrid Theory because I heard the news that the lead singer, I know his name's like Chester Bennington or something like that. I want to say from Linkin Park. I will say like I only have like the first two albums of Linkin Park. I didn't really. I stopped. I was very hipster about Linkin Park because I remember getting into Linkin Park before Linkin Park was even a big deal, and then when it blew up, I was like, I was into Linkin Park way before everybody else. And so like then they were really popular after Meteora, or they were already popular. So I just stopped listening to them because I was like, like I said, I was hipster about it. That was way back in the day in high school. I was stupid, but so yeah, I just had to listen to Hybrid Theory while I was doing my run, in homage, I guess. But it was a slow run. It was a relaxed run. Here's the thing: is I changed my run because usually my run is it's mostly downhill. Or no, yeah, it's the first part is just very steep downhill, and then it's a slow incline the rest of the way. I decided to go backwards this time and go the slow incline or decline, and then the steep incline coming up. And then, so I really was just trying to go for a really fast time for that mile, which really wasn't that great. It was like 7:40 or something like that. So it really wasn't that good. And I'll be honest, like most of the time, I was just focusing on catching Pokemon and evolving my Pokemon because I hatched a lucky egg. So I was like, this is my best time to get as much XP as I can. So that's what I really focused on during my run. So I was stopping a lot. Sometimes I paused it, sometimes I didn't. But so yeah, so that's what I did for most of it. So I was really slow. I went up and I finished, and I was like, I'm not done. I have like 10 more minutes that I could run. So I ran back down, and then I ran back up. So to get 2.7 miles. So that's really awful. 2.7 miles in 27 minutes. But hey, it's better than obviously nothing, and it wasn't it wasn't bad, it wasn't horrible. So yeah, I had to get ready for work and everything like that. Like I said, I had my protein bar because I was hungry. Went home and I ate another one of those chicken teriyaki rice vegetable bowls since I was still hungry. Even after eating that protein bar, which I just had like there's a quarter left. So it's 20 grams. So I'm like, I don't need a crap ton. I'm just running. I'm not weightlifting yet. So it's probably won't be for like 2 or 3 months maybe. But anyways, so yeah, so I don't know. I guess I'll talk about that. You know, is like I don't know. I've just always felt like musicians are very tortured souls. And there's all of this idea too that like just because like you've made it big, like actors, movie stars, singers, songwriters, whatever, people that are a big deal, that they don't have the same feelings and issues and doubts and stuff as everybody else that causes them to do reprehensible things, and stuff. It's I don't know. I just feel like, especially musicians, they're tortured souls, and that's why they're able to turn their pain into something amazing and something beautiful and something. Because you listen to the song, it says, no matter what I do, that it changes nothing. Babe, I'm doing this. I told you. Toby, here's your food. Geez, shut the door at least. Come on. But yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, they're like shooting stars. I mean, to me, like they burn very bright and they're very beautiful, but they burn out quick. It doesn't have to be that way, but it seems to be that way, with some. Especially, it seems like we had the guy from Soundgarden. I mean, there's always a lot, whether it's just death in general or suicide. Suicide is always worse. But anyways, yeah. So this morning I got up late. I slept in. I had to edit the podcast before I went to bed, so I stayed up late and got up kind of late. I mean, I really only slept like 5 hours, 4 hours, something like that. 6 hours maybe at the most. Got up, had the guy, we had to clean up the carpet because the dogs made a mess the other day, or one of the dogs did, like bad. So, yeah, anyways, so I did my workout this morning, and it's my second abs workout. And so my second abs workout is created to, like, be the relaxed one, because it's supposed to be at the end of your week, pretty much. So it's an easier, more relaxed. And so I do the basic, like the warm up and stuff, with jogging and then jumping jacks, knee highs, then this thing I call Spirit Bomb, Key Power Up, or Kai Power Up, depending on how you say it. And that's essentially like, it's like it's kind of like a jumping jack mixed with like a squat, essentially. Then I have butt kicks, and then jump rope, then Heisman, mummy kicks, then Heisman. And you can change these up in any order you want. To me, this makes sense because, like, it kind of gives certain things a rest, every other one. So it works for me. Stretch for me, like, for abs day isn't really, like, usually for me, like, and for most stretching, I think it's essential, but for this, I don't think it is so much. I mean, it is, but it's not like you don't have to do crazy. The only thing I do is like I like to call it like the Little Mermaid pose, because you like get down and then you just stretch like your stomach, essentially. I forget the actual yoga pose for it, but I just call it the Little Mermaid pose, because that's what it reminds me of. So that's all I do. And then, so here's the thing is, so for the rest of it, now all this stuff is a minute each, like all those things, as well as this, like I said, for this abs workout. So I do it's kind of confusing, but it's, you put your legs out, you essentially, they're in, you put them out, you raise them, and then down, and then in. For now, I'm just going to call them the up, in, outs, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really come up with a name for it, but that's what I can think of. And then a crunch, where you just lay down, legs flat, and just crunch, but really focus on that core. Then the raised leg crunch, which is it's more like leg raises. You're sitting down, and then you lift your leg, you pull in. You lift your leg, you pull in. And so a minute with each side. And what I did this time is I did one left leg, because it does work your abs. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it a little rest. I'll do the cross. So I'll do the sitting crunch. So this time knees up, and then once again, just, tightening that core, tightening those abs, not coming up all the way, just when you'll feel it for sure. And just like I said, for a minute, then I switched the other leg, and did it that way. After that, I did the seated twist, which is almost the same as the Mason twist, but you're not keeping your legs up. You're actually keeping your feet down, and you're just going like this, hitting your, essentially like your palms or whatever, your wrists to each hip. And then I have a thing, hip flexors. I don't even know or remember what that is. Then there's floor switch kicks. So it's kind of like the other thing, but you're gonna hold your hands and you're gonna switch your legs. And now, even for me, I went fast at first, then I went slow. Went fast at first, so it was like every 10 seconds or so, I switched it up. I switched up my speed from going lifting. It's also kind of like a try workout. It feels like, because you have your hands holding you up, and you do it really fast. I always like to go really fast for that last 10 seconds. Then I have a decline crunch, which is you're laying down. You have your knees up, and then you have your waist up, and essentially you're just doing upward thrusts with your hip, which may not look good if you like work out at like a Planet Fitness or a regular gym. That's why like some of these workouts might be better just at home. Because it looks like you're just humping the air pretty much, And then I have oblique crunches, which is you just lay down kind of on your side, and then you just twist and do, like I said, each side a minute each. And then last, I have the push-up plank, which is, you're in push-ups, you're in the push-up positions, but you do, like I said, if there's people around, I suggest not doing the thrusts, but I will say this, that I would probably have the best lower abs when my wife and I, like this is early on in our relationship, when we were doing it all the time, when we were banging all the time, I had like the most amazing abs, especially lower abs, and it was because of those constant thrusts. And so that's why do push-ups and do thrusts. Like I said, probably better at home. It looks really awkward if you do it out in public. And then of course just planks, which is your forearms, and then once again thrusts I do with it. So solid workout. I feel it, good deep burn. Not too intense, I'm still sore from running as well as from the other cardio workout. So yeah, and I'm probably gonna go have brunch at the Santa Ana Casino here in a little bit, and then hopefully maybe get a haircut from mi madre, from my mom. So yeah, this does need tweaking. I will tweak it. This is not like the finished product. Like I said, this is a work in progress and everything like that. So this is a work in progress. This fitness program is a work in progress. It'll get all hammered out with time, and chiseled just like the bod over time. Everything, it takes time, and make sure you remember that, time, and just keep at it, even if it's small. You'll notice things small, over time, slowly, So, but just stay motivated. So that's it for me for right now. I will say though that because it is my weekend, I'm probably gonna eat some bad food. So I want to know what's your favorite bad food? It's you think it's delicious, but it's totally bad for you. For me, I'm probably going to have to say pizza because I just love pizza to death. You can put anything on it and it goes well with it. And I feel like it's perfect because it has all your food groups, you can get your meat, your cheese, your vegetables, your bread, and stuff. As long as you don't go too thick of crust. That's why I like to get the thin crust. Even though Pizza 9 has some amazing thick crust. But that's why you have to get meat lovers so it evens out, but kind of not really. So, and it's always greasy too. I feel like Dion's is very greasy. But anyways, yeah, so I want to know what's your favorite bad food. So that's it for me right now. Live in peace. Talk nerdy to me. I'll talk nerdy to you. Stay fit, stay healthy, stay nerdy. Planet Earth.